example about this. A few days ago, well, 2 days ago, I was playing God of War Ragnarok. And we're in the end game now. You know, we're heading into the final moments of the plot. And a critical moment happens. Now, as this critical moment in the plot is happening, some contributions come in, and we had hit the vest goal for the day. For those who don't know, if I raise $100 on any particular stream, $150 on any particular stream, you guys will vote on a silly vest for me to wear. It's a running thing I've been doing for over 2 years. You guys seem to like it as like a reward for you know, the amount of support that I get on the stream. So people were voting, and I think they voted for the Marty McFly vest. That's like the green, or the the orange vest that looks similar to the one that Marty wore in Back to the Future. And they were voting, and you know, the poll had probably been out for maybe 5-10 minutes. Okay, so normally after like 15 minutes is probably when I would say, okay, here's the winner, I'll grab the vest or whatever. So I'm playing the game, and while people are voting on the vest, an insanely huge plot twist happens. Like jaw-dropping, shocking, unexpected, holy crap. You know, this changes everything. Life or death consequences style plot development in a game that I've been playing for over 50 hours, nearly 2 months, right? Nearly 2 months of my life invested in this game. And this moment happens, and I'm just so focused on the game. I'm talking with my audience about how shocked I am that I'd seen something coming, but I didn't necessarily know that's what it was going to be. And then the game, very rightly so, actually goes for about 10 minutes into a part of the game that's completely meaningless, but it does this on purpose to give you a moment to decompress from the seriousness of what just happened in the game. Because if it had gone from that straight into like combat or something, likely the gravity of what just happened wouldn't have sunk in. But because the game actually goes, very, very good writing in this game. I have to say, probably some of the best writing I've seen in years, yet again. And I said that when I played God of War 2018. I'll say that again. I really felt like the way they did this was probably perfect for a narrative. Give the viewer, give the gamer some time to let it sink in. Just like it's sinking in for the characters, okay? And as this is happening, you know, we're having conversations, the characters are having conversations or whatever. And then, essentially, you know, I'm turning to my chat, and I see a group of people, even stream regulars. This wasn't just like, oh, there's a group of trolls coming in who are being annoying. A group of regulars. Now, they know I've been playing this game for 2 months. They know I love the game. They know that I play games for many different reasons, not just to enjoy an audience, but I'm a lifelong gamer. I love games. I like how games have evolved over the years. I love narrative-based games. So for me, this is exactly why I do what I do. This kind of moment, you know, I'm letting it sink in and absorb, and I'm loving this. And I turn to the chat to talk with them about this moment, and here's the chat, no exaggeration. All right, you ready for this? Where's the vest? Wow, it's been like 10, 15 minutes. Phil doesn't have a vest on. Oh, Phil doesn't appreciate his viewers. Why put up a poll if you're not going to read the results and put on a vest? Where's the vest? I'm serious. This was like 75% of the chat, although admittedly it was probably like 5 people. But they were dominating the chat with this nonsense, okay? I'm not here to wear a vest. I'm here to game. I'm here to have fun, meaningful, interactive streams with you. You know, it's a social experience as well as a gameplay experience. The vest is something nice as a way to say, hey, thanks for the support. The vest is not the end-all and be-all of why I'm here on a stream, all right? And quite frankly, if the vest is going to take over and become something, and not just the vest, but the hat reward, you know, all the rewards I do, the bubble blow. Oh, we hit 100 likes on a stream. Phil's going to blow bubbles. Where's the bubbles? Why didn't Phil blow bubbles? Did Phil blow bubbles already? Where are the bubbles? If that's what it's going to be, then we'll just get rid of all the rewards, because that's not what I want my streams to become. It's not just about, gee, how much did Phil raise today? You know, how successful was the stream financially today? Did we see a silly reward today? That's not what it's about at all. And the thing is, I know for a fact that the vast majority of people that are here on stream, and the vast majority of people who watch my videos on demand, know that. What this is, it's a vocal group of people who are just starting to get a lot more rowdy in the chat, particularly during streams. And I felt like yesterday I had to lay down the law during the podcast and say, listen, I'm not putting up with that. I'm just not. I don't even care if you're a stream regular. You know, you can't do that. You can't actively derail a stream with bullshit. The vest literally applies to every stream I do. Any stream where I raise a certain amount of support, you can see a vest. I could wear the Marty McFly vest any stream between now and the day that I die. But there's only going to be one moment ever in time when I see that plot point for the first time and I'm shocked. Isn't it more important to see my reaction and talk about my reaction and give it some time to sink in rather than say, let's derail everything I'm doing right now with the game to put on a vest, right? I mean, anyone with a logical mind could think that way and say, yeah, that makes sense. But sadly, we got people who, I hate to say it, they just get so wrapped up in bullshit in life. It's like, who the frick cares about the vest right now, right? This could be any other moment. This could be a big deal. Not right now. And the other thing that gets me too, you know, you can argue that 2.5 years ago, we had what was called the vest streak. This was a situation where for a series of streams which lasted months, I hit a support goal every stream, and so every stream I was putting on the vest. And it was a big running thing. Will Phil have the vest today? Will the streak continue? And it almost came to the point where the vest was overwhelming the stream and being the predominant thing people came to the stream for. I didn't like that. And even though I absolutely enjoyed the amount of support that I got, when the vest streak ended, it was almost kind of a relief. Because I was like, well, now that it's over, right? Now we can just focus back on the game again and it'd be more about the stream again rather than the vest, okay? So the thing is, I could have understood, like, if this was like 2.5 years ago and there was a vest streak going on that people were freaking out, that's not even what's going on now. The vest streak has been over for over 2 years. Why are people freaking out about when I put on a vest, right? It's not a big deal. So please understand that. And, you know, thank you to anyone who does understand. First of all, thank you to anyone who supports the stream regardless, because you know that's why I'm able to do these ad-free, shill-free, promotion-free streams. I'm not playing some indie game you never heard of to make a buck. There's no me, oh, use this referral code and make some money for me and shit like that. Every once in a while, you'll see an ad run on a stream, but for the most part, you're here for gameplay and chill, and that's it. And that's the kind of product I want to put out to the internet. And you guys allow me to do that. And I want you to understand how grateful I am of that, okay? Just because I'm in the middle of a critical story point of a game. And I'm ignoring the vest for now because I feel like it makes more sense to be focused on a game we've been playing for 2 months at its biggest story moment, right? I feel like that would be more meaningful than let's just interrupt everything to toss on a vest. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for that. And the same thing yesterday, kind of the same thing happened. So here I am, I'm setting up my LED lighting, okay? And I'm trying to get it to you know, basically shine up the wall behind me. And I'm trying to place it. And one of the things I'm having an issue with is the lighting, because at that time, I had just unspooled the lighting for the very first time. It was sitting on almost like a tape-like spool, okay? Almost like microfilm and stuff, right? So I'm putting out the lighting, and the lighting is curling on me. And it's very annoying. I'm like, why is this lighting curling up? It's like not going straight. And what it is because it was on a spool. So now, just to be honest, it's not even doing that anymore because it's been out for a day. It's not even curling anymore. All it needed to do is basically be unspooled and sit there naturally to kind of stretch out. And now it's fine. You can see now the lighting looks good. But anyway, I'm struggling with this yesterday. And a bunch of people in the chat are saying things like, oh, there's adhesive on the back of it. There's adhesive on the back of it. Now, admittedly, I didn't see it at first, okay? And I'm like, all right, I didn't see it, big deal, you know? But then I see it, and everyone's like, it gets to the point where it's not just like people saying something, they're yelling. There's adhesive, stupid. Why don't you just listen? Why doesn't he read the chat? Why doesn't he interact? There's adhesive on there. There's adhesive. Use the adhesive. The adhesive, the adhesive, the adhesive. So I sit down and I look, and again, it's people being very rude. It's not like, oh, here's a suggestion. It's like, oh, here, let's just be fucking nasty to Phil. And I'm like, why do people tend to do that on the internet? Really? Like, why do people, instead of being like, all right, listen, he's there, he's busy, he's laying out this lighting or whatever, why are people being nasty? I just don't get that. You know, it's kind of the difference between when I started on YouTube and today. When I started on YouTube 15 years ago, yes, it's been that long, there was this overwhelming positivity and attitude like, wow, look at this. Here's a place where people who have talent, who have passion, can share that talent and passion with the internet for free. And we can sit here and we can watch this free content on a daily basis. And we can absolutely enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Wow, this is great. And then over the years, as more and more people realized YouTube was a place to make money, instead it became a land of entitlement. It became like, if the content on YouTube does not live up to a certain standard, if it is not in a certain delivery system, if it is not exactly how we want it at the very moment that we want it, it's shit. Sit on there and just dump on it. Dump on YouTube. Dump on people putting out content. Say it all sucks. Pretty bad. You know, that's a pretty bad mentality to go through in life, in my opinion. You know, when I started on YouTube, I was very motivated to try to be creative and funny because so many people were giving me back that positivity. And what ended up happening is, over the years on YouTube, as you've seen, instead there was a backlash against me saying that I sucked, my content sucked, this is how you don't play. And it really does feel like a cultural shift of the internet, where at one point the internet was this place for happiness and everyone wants to be nice to each other because they're just happy that the internet exists and we have this way to communicate now. And then it became, let's just find a way to be cynical and dump on each other and be completely nasty dicks, right? I don't know how that's a way to go through life, honestly. I just don't. Maybe it's because I'm older now and I'm a lot more mellow, as you notice. I don't really get that agitated unless I'm pissed off at an online connection of a game or something. But for the most part, you don't see me raging over the shit that I used to rage about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a different guy. I think I really have gotten older, wiser, and I've mellowed out a lot. And I don't know. Like, maybe if I were younger, I would be like that, but I'm just not anymore. So here I am trying to set up something nice on the stream. I was like, oh, let's go out of my way. I have this lighting. Let's see if we can figure this out. And there's like people being just outright nasty to me in the chat. Like, why would you do that? I mean, I understand you want to get my attention. And you're like, hey, there's some adhesive on the back there. Maybe you want to try it. But there's a difference between saying, hey, Phil, we're just trying to get your attention if there's adhesive, versus, wow, what an idiot. He pays no attention to his chat. He doesn't care about his viewers and fans. Look how he behaves. He just does what he wants. He's like a dinosaur. And then he wonders why people talk shit about him. No. People talk shit about me because it's a meme. People talk shit about me because they can get away with it, and they think it's funny because they want to feel belonging on the internet. They do that because they're losers. They don't do that because it means anything. By acting like that towards me, it doesn't make me improve. It doesn't make me any better. All it does is makes you feel better about yourself because you demean someone on the internet, and now you're propping yourself up above them. All right? Every time that you do that kind of shit to someone on the internet, you're just showing your own shortcomings and how weak of a person you actually are. All right? There's a difference between, hey, there's some adhesive on the back, let's try to get his attention, and wow, let's say a bunch of really insulting, nasty things about Phil because he didn't immediately give us gratification by acknowledging our suggestion, right? And in truth, then, when I saw that there was adhesive, I said, oh, I don't want to use that. It says it's 3M double-sided tape. And number one, I know double-sided tape is weak. It doesn't work very well. In particular, the paint that I have on my walls has this weird, how can I say, it's not like that powdery matte kind of paint. It actually has that glossy finish to it. Tape doesn't really stick to it. You need to use like heavy duty adhesive sticky things to get things to stick to my wall. So even the double-sided tape I know for a fact wouldn't even work. And even then, if it did work, all that's going to do is mess up my wall because I'm going to eventually want to move it. You know, I don't even know if this is exactly how I want it. So this is not the time to start sticking things to the wall. So I say that, right? I literally say that on the stream, and then, oh, Phil just rejects every suggestion we ever have. You know what I mean? So it's just immediate to the extreme again. All right? The life is not extremes. Life is not extremes. Life is not black and white. Life is many shades of gray, and trying to find that common ground, putting yourself in the shoes of someone else for a few minutes to try to understand where they're coming from, and trying to have compromise, and trying to understand just everything from a bigger picture perspective than just, oh, my way or the highway, right? There is no overall right and wrong in life. People on the internet don't seem to know that. They seem to have this real infantile mentality of everything is this or that. You know, there's heroes and villains. That's not life, man. It's just not, okay? So that's what I'm trying to get across here on my pre-stream today. And I tried yesterday, but in the heat of the moment, a lot of people didn't get it. I just want people to be nice to each other. And me in particular, but of course everyone else as well. There's absolutely no reason to just be nasty. Okay, you're a little upset that there's no vest on my stream because you wanted it and it's been 15 minutes, 20 minutes since the poll's been out. But maybe try to understand why there's no vest. Oh my god, did you see what just happened in the game? It's the biggest plot point in the entire game after a 50-hour game. Of course you want to focus on that. And yeah, you might be a little absent-minded. There's a good reason why there's no vest. Don't say that Phil doesn't care about his viewers and fans. I mean, how extreme can you get? Why would you even say that? Right? Oh my god. By the way, there's landscapers outside, which makes no sense. I don't think those are my landscapers because my landscapers come on Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. So I don't know why we're hearing landscaping right now because I don't think it's mine. It might be next door or someone doing something in a yard. I might have to check because it's so loud, but I don't think it's my landscapers. Anyway, you know, I'm trying to set up lighting, which is something for you. It's not even for me. I don't care if there's a blue light behind me. I don't even see it unless I look over here at my monitor. I don't even know that there's a blue light behind me right now. Okay? It's for you guys to see something nice. And, okay, immediately I don't see that you guys are saying there's two-sided tape on the back of the lights or whatever. You know? I get it. Does that mean that it's time to insult Phil and say, hey, Phil doesn't care, right, about his viewers? He ignores, you know, everything that people are saying. It's ridiculous. It's, again, it's straight to the extreme. Straight to it. Straight to the negative, to the nonsense, to the toxic. I don't want that on my streams. Especially in 2023, I'm trying to turn a new corner here, all right? I want DSP Gaming to be a place where people can come, enjoy games, have chill times together, and don't see that kind of attitude. And if you haven't noticed, in the last few months, what I try to do, if a troll tip comes in, I just ignore it. I say, oh, troll tip, and I just move on. I don't address it. I don't waste time on it. I try not to. If I see a trolling thing in the chat, do I stand there and insult the person outright for 5 minutes? No. I ignore their comment. Oh, there's a troll. Bye. I ban them. Move on. That's what I'm trying to do with my content. All right? But now that doesn't mean now it's, oh, now regular viewers are going to start acting like that too. No. We're not doing that. All right? 2023 is a year of renewal, a year of new stuff here on DSP Gaming. And I hope that you guys understand that. And we'll you know, do your best to just, you know what I'm saying. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. You notice I'm doing this very calmly because I'm not really upset. When you see an alarming pattern happening, especially among regulars, because again, this wasn't just like a few random people who came in here and were acting like this. There's some stream regulars who are acting like, they're like, that's not right. Why are they acting like that? They're acting entitled. They're acting very offensive, honestly. And I don't want to lash out at people in the middle of a stream. I didn't lash out during the God of War stream purposefully. I waited to even say anything about it because I felt like that would have been the wrong time to do it. But I really feel like we need to kind of take a step back and understand what's going on, especially here in my channels and content. And you know what? Honestly, everywhere else too. If this is your attitude on the internet, that it's this lashing out, everything's bad that I don't agree with, or I didn't get immediate gratification, so now I'm going to be upset or nasty. That's not the way to go through life. And you're going to find you're just going to get your blood pressure is going to get worked up. You're going to get your adrenaline up all the time. You're going to be angry and upset about everything. You're going to become, honestly, the living embodiment of what about 15 years ago was known online as the angry reviewer. The person who would literally sit there and instead of enjoying something for what it was, just microanalyzed everything bad with something on the internet. This was the era of the AVGN, the nostalgia critic, where everyone got popular on the internet by being nasty about stuff, right? That was 15 years ago. Okay? And I get it. You know, my inspiration when I made content 15 years ago was from those kind of people, and you can see some of my earlier influences. You can hear me even saying some of the things that those guys used to say and shit like that. That was a long time ago. Today we do some different stuff. You know, it's very different today, I would argue, than what we used to do. I don't want to be that, and I don't want you guys to have that kind of mentality on my streams either, right? Feedback is one thing. Being nasty is another thing. And please just don't be nasty. You can definitely relay yourself in an intelligent, effective manner without the insult, without going to the extreme to get noticed. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to understand that and change for the better. So I don't really blame anyone for not understanding. Wow, we tried just telling him there's double-sided tape. He's not paying attention. So now let's say he just ignores his fans. He doesn't care about them. He does what he wants. He's a dinosaur. You know, insult. Go to the insult. Don't do that. That's literally for me, and just to give you guys some perspective here. In my life, what I've realized is when you go to the insult, you immediately negate any chance that you will be considered in any kind of a reasonable manner. Okay? Even if the insult is warranted, 9 times out of 10, if you go to that extreme, you go to that insult, people won't care about what you're saying anymore. Okay? For me, if you go to that extreme, even if what you're saying is incredibly pertinent and valid, if you're going to the insult, I don't care what you're saying. I'm just going to ignore it because you pissed me off. You know what I mean? Like, once you get that agitation out of me, then I'm not going to take it seriously. You see? So I'm just trying to let you know my mindset. And I hope this makes sense. And I wanted to talk about it in a more calm, calculated manner today to try to make you understand where I'm coming from. I don't want 2023 to be another year of toxicity and insults being thrown, not just at me, but everyone being nasty to each other. No. Nah, that's not the direction I'm going. We're going in the opposite direction, okay? We're going towards being nice and being intelligent, having thought, seeing from other people's perspectives, walking in other people's shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's more productive than let's just be jerks and immediately go to the extreme, all right? So thank you for allowing me to talk about that for a little bit. Better than I did yesterday, for sure. Now let's move on.